kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels slow, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
This mid-season championship has had two fantastic races, both at South Boston and at Langley, but we come tonight to the Martinsville Speedway in Ridgeway, Virginia for the final race of this three-race series, the Virginia Triple Crown. Good evening, everybody. My name is Frank Marchese. Thank you very much for making us a part of your evening. Alongside me, my broadcast partner, Zach Woods. Zach, a fantastic two races, first at Sobo and then at Langley. We are expecting to see another great race here tonight at Martinsville.
Absolutely. These drivers are geared up and ready to go. There's a lot of pride on the line tonight when it comes to the Virginia Triple Crown. This is, as you said earlier, a championship within a championship for this season, and these drivers fight for this just as hard as the big trophy at the end of the year. We have a few drivers that we're slated to get ready to talk to here early on that have a legit shot at taking this prestigious trophy home. This is something that these drivers look forward to each and every time they climb in, and I'm excited to not just cover what's happening on the macro scale, the battle for the overall points, but what is micro tonight here in the Virginia Triple Crown.
Absolutely. We'll get to the driver chats here in just a moment, but first we will take it down to qualifying here as the winner of the opening round of the Virginia Triple Crown, Joshua Broadwell, goes out on track. and then we'll most likely park it. Here is one of the drivers that we are going to be chatting with here in just a moment during the heat race. Matt Mingo, coming into tonight, leading the championship, tied with 57 points with Greg Birch. Now, Birch is not going to be here tonight, so Mingo right now currently holds a 2-point lead over Justin Lewis, Josh Tarrant-Hill, and Austin Call, the other 3 drivers that we will be having a chat with before we get going here. And right now, one of those guys, Austin Call, was at the top for a moment, but Caleb Willett taking it over, and now Jack McKee, last week's winner at Langley, up to the top.
Yeah, these drivers are trying to duke it out here for qualifying. Yes, you get bragging rights for getting number 1 on the charts, but you have to remember it's not the first the fastest on speed that's going to roll off first come feature. It's invert the first 5. So that magic number for these drivers is 5th. And we have seen it in the first leg of this Triple Crown event that, hey, you sort of want to qualify 5th because that can mean some valuable track position as it flip-flops and you get the pole.
Bruno Latour right now on track, just completed his 2nd lap. As we'll take a look at Josh Tarrant-Hill. There he is in that tracker number 8. Currently 14th as it sits right now. And Hill will not better his first lap time. We'll take a look at Colton Anderson right now in the 72 as Justin Lewis puts on a flyer that nets him the pole here tonight. Fastest qualifier is that number 07 at the moment, 20.03 for him. Colton Anderson goes up to P12 on his 2nd lap, working lap number 3 here.
Justin Lewis, if you tuned in to our coverage of SCL's Cup Series last night, he was the guy to beat at Indianapolis, led for about 3/4 of the event, was 6 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, well, the majority of the field, and bad luck fell on Justin Lewis very, very late in that contest. So hoping there's not a repeat there for him in that 07 tonight. He is fastest right now, so that means he will roll off 5th come race time.
Isaac Love right now will be starting in the 4th position, qualifies 2nd fastest. So right now, Justin Lewis, Isaac Love, Barrett Flo, Adam Lowe, and Austin Call. So it'll be Call and Lowe, your front row. Only 21 drivers here tonight. So that will be either skipping the heat race and all drivers advancing to the main, or we might have a couple of drivers that have not taken part in qualifying. Those 2 would be Alb Hewins and Mike Peters. Those 2 have not taken part in qualifying just yet. We'll see if they are forced to run the sprint race or if they will be going straight to the main race.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It does vary, admittedly, from week to week. So we'll have to see up in the booth as time dwindles down here for qualifying.
We are going to have our first chat here with one of the drivers. And Zach, you are right now with our championship leader, Matt Mingo, who is currently set to roll off in the 15th position.
Hey, Matt, it's Zach and Frank up in the booth. You're headed now to Martinsville. What do you fancy yourself with the chances tonight here at a track where a lot of drivers have a lot of experience?
I mean, if the qualifying lap and practice show it, I'm not the most experienced in this car track combo. But we're not first place in points for no reason. So hopefully I can pull something and have a good finish. We got 2 guys helping me out tonight, so Jack and Caleb, so I should help with that too.
All right. Well, trying to look at where they are in terms of speed on the pylon right now, but it's always good to have friends coming out and helping you out. Looks like we're transitioning right into the feature here tonight, so we're going to let you go before race starts for drivers meeting.
Thank you.
So that was Matt Mingo, the man who currently comes in here with the best chance at winning this championship statistically. With him being the points leader coming in, only 2 points separating him from the top. As I try to find there he goes, into there. So Zach, again, this is going to be a championship crowning race. Now, this may only be the 5th race of the season in the overall series, but still a nice little championship race here right in the midst of the year.
It is something interesting. You know, there's some leagues that do things like mid-season brackets and things like that, but here for SCL, they just have a set part of their schedule where they bebop around one specific state and go, we're going to make these 3 races super important, and whoever comes out on top, right? So definitely it encourages the field to participate, right? Later on in the season, things start to draw out, contenders pull out from the rest of the field, and if you're down there in points, it can be a little discouraging to continue racing in a league, but having things at the midpoint of the season can really pique any driver's interest to say, hey, I got a chance to get hot for these 3 races. Maybe I can stick around and try to make a name for myself.
Right now, we're going to try to kill 2 stones with 1 bird here, as we'll bring in both Lewis Racing drivers, Austin Call and Justin Lewis. Both of you guys come in tonight at 55 points, just 2 points off of Matt Mingo, who we just spoke with, for the championship lead. Confidence level for you guys going into tonight?
Better than now that I have a pole. Wasn't feeling so good after practice when Justin's out there kicking everybody's ass. But
yeah, I've been on a roll this week, being the fastest and when I don't need to be, and of course I did it again tonight. And now the invert's going to screw me and put me 5th, and I had a lot of confidence, and I told Austin, like, I need to sandbag this somehow. And as soon as I hit my first lap trying to sandbag, it went to the pole. I'm like, well, we screwed the pooch on that one, so we'll just keep making them faster, I guess. And sure enough, we stayed there. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully, we can go green. I think I got some speed behind some others that, you know, may not notice it, but hopefully we can carry some long run speed into this. If we can get some green in, hopefully stay green the whole race, and hopefully maybe take Austin out for the win or something to make it cool.
It's not staying green.
Now, so with this being a quote-unquote a little bit bigger of a racetrack for these cars, do you guys think we can get some green flag racing in?
No, it's Martinsville.
Well,
Fair enough.
I think it's possible. I just think that it depends on, you know, how aggressive is everybody going to be from the beginning. Like, of course, in my situation, like, really it's Adam and Austin I think I have to go for at this point that are going to be ahead of me. So just try to catch them, run them down, and finish ahead of them, you know, without taking each other out. And then if we can get separated, that's really where we're going to be able to shine, I think, and kind of to see where we're all going to be at. Because in a pack, it's really hard to pass here with this car. It's almost like the next-gen car, but it's this thing drives like a boat. So you really got to figure out how to get at the corner. But if you can do that, you'll probably have a good shot at keeping it underneath you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't particularly like this track car combination. I mean, I love this track, but I don't like the late model on it or anything. But I think as long as I can get out to a good jump, save tires, I think I can. I don't know if I can hold off Justin because he's like a tenth and a half faster than me per lap, but we'll see.
Well, you guys right now have the best chance at winning the championship. You guys are ahead by quite a little ways over Matt Mingo. So good luck to the two of you the rest of the way, Austin Call and Justin Lewis.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
And now I will try to move them.
Oh God, you have to interview Josh, don't you?
I do. I got to find the right place to put you two first. And that's where I was going wrong. I was pressing the wrong little button there. But anyway, Zach, you are with now the fourth and final driver who has a chance at winning this championship, or at least the the Virginia Triple Crown, that would be Josh Tarrant Hill.
Josh, it's
Me.
Zach and Frank.
Hey, Zach and Frank.
Hey, just wanted to get your thoughts before the race started in terms of your chances of coming away victorious for the Virginia Triple Crown. It's a bit of a different car track combo as we've been hearing from other drivers. What's your perspective?
So my chances is pretty low for tonight. The only reason I am up in the top 5 in points is because I have missed Rex previous 2 races of the Virginia Triple Crown.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Josh, but Martinsville is known for its chaos and wrecks. So, I mean, this might just play right into your hand.
Did you see where I qualified?
Well, well, you can see it coming. Yeah.
You got no one to run you over from behind either.
Maybe I'll just stop and go get a hot dog from the stand and
Hey,
Caution laps don't
to
count.
do. When in Rome, yeah, caution laps don't count. You don't even go a lap down. Hop in your truck before hop in your car before the green flag flies, and you're ready to go. So, but what is it about this this car track combo? This is a rarity in terms of what we get to see here on Sim Racing Media. So, as an admin, what appealed to you guys making the schedule when it comes to a late model stock meets a big short track for it in Martinsville? What about this pairing is unique for you guys that'll stand out for you as the night goes on?
So in the real world, there is actually a Virginia Triple Crown. A lot of people don't know about it, but all the late model stock people in the Southeast know about it. It is a 3-race championship that starts at South Boston, which was 2 weekends ago, and Langley, which is next weekend. And then in October, they go to Martinsville, and that is called a Virginia Triple Crown. They award a championship for it. It's very prestigious in the Southeast as it ends in Martinsville, which is the biggest late model stock car race of the year. Happens in Martinsville after the season ends. So we're just trying to replicate that a little bit here in the SCL, since some of us are in the late model stock community, and we'd like to do something for the people that are in late model stock community and have a virtual Virginia Triple Crown race. So I'm happy to be here. As some of you guys know, I do work on the junior motorsports late model team, and this is the biggest race of our season, which is at Martinsville at the end of the season.
Well, there you go, Frank. We learn something new every day. Well, thank you, Josh. We're going to let you go.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully you have a good day, and I hope Frank doesn't mess up too much.
No, we started with the mics closed this stream, so we're good now.
So you've messed up once. That could happen again, Frank.
Trust me, I know I've messed up more than once. You guys just don't know about it. As that was Josh Tarrant Hill. We'll get him back to where he was meant to be, and love the call out there, by the way. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for that. But we're getting ready to go here for this race. Again, a very fun race expected here at Martinsville. 60 laps. Caution laps do not count here in this series, much like the weekly Street Stock series from last season. Awarding a championship here tonight. There's a lot of things that can and will happen, and we are getting set to see it here in just a moment. But we will start with the grid here for tonight's race. Austin Call, by virtue of qualifying 5th, will start on pole with Adam Lowe to his outside in row number 1. Barrett Flo and Isaac Love will make up row number 2 with Justin Lewis and Jack McKee in row number 3. Row 4 will see Michael Rinker and Caleb Willett. Bruno Latour and Chad Jones will make up row number 5. Row 6 will see Ollie Marston and Todd Merkel. Colton Anderson and Joshua Broadwell in row 7. Matt Mingo and Josh Flynn in row 8. Row 9 will see Jason Crumley and Josh Tarrant Hill with Jack Sanders rounding out the field in that number 5. Mike Peters and Alb Hewins will line up in the final two spots if they get rolling, as we are set to go green here. Zach, take it away.
According to timing and
Extending
scoring,
the grid. They are extending.
we are 5 laps away
Okay.
from going green. So this is something new that these guys have adopted here in their late model stock discipline. You are not the first in the booth to get duped by this. So, so we're going to have to find something to talk about for the next 4 laps as these drivers make their way around the ring.
Now, I did see that they did extend the grid time. Speaking of messing up, you guys called me out, so we're gonna peek behind the curtain here to get even. They had set up the practice session to end about 10 minutes earlier than what it normally does, so they extended the grid time to try to make up and get the race to actually start on time as it's supposed to be. So, one mistake is another mistake, and we'll work with it. Only 3 laps, so that took a lap, Zach.
Oh, there you go. So these there's a few drivers scattered throughout the top 10 we need to make special note of. Isaac Love in that 62 machine, coming off of a quick effort last night at Indianapolis on the Cup side of SCL action. Didn't get the finish he deserved, but Isaac was racing top 3 all night. Will momentum from that performance grant him perhaps a top 5 tonight? He qualified on speed second, but with the flip-flop, he does start 4th. So just a driver to make note of before this thing gets started that perhaps we don't normally cover, but Isaac Love has found something over these last couple weeks.
And going back, not to harp too much on it, but there is Matt Mingo as we ride on board with him now. Again, he is the championship leader, but most of the drivers, I should say, Josh Tarrant-Hill is starting behind him. But probably the 2 biggest threats to his championship are going to be starting up in that top 5. He needs to make his way through this field about as quickly as he possibly can in order to stick the fight back to those 2.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard. I mean, it's no secret this track is hard to pass. Its track position is key here, and for these drivers that are going to be starting in the back, in terms of Mingo and Josh Tarrant-Hill, they definitely have an uphill climb in front of them.
See what the pace car does here. Lights are out, so we are getting set to go. Now, Zach, take it away for the start.
2 by 2 they come. It will be Austin Call and Adam Lowe leading a field of hungry late model stocks to the final leg of the Virginia Triple Crown. We are underway here at Martinsville.
A lot of moving around there in the midfield, but it's Austin Call right now, able to take that inside line and use it to his advantage. Now Barrett Flo trying to work his way up on the bottom.
It's going to be really hard for that 58 machine of Adam Lowe to keep it up there and manage a good run. High line, you're always stuck out there. Can he squeeze in? He will squeeze him back into 3rd.
A couple of guys have moved up more than just one position. Look at the 00 of Joshua Broadwell. He's already made up 3 spots here in just the first couple of laps. He's got Todd Merkel behind, trying to chase down Chad Jones in that number 75 just in front of him.
I'm very curious to see who's going to use their stuff up early here, Frank. For some of these drivers, you have to, right? We talked about some heavy hitters further on back in the field. You're going to be using more brake than the rest of the field. That will come to bite you later on in the run. These drivers are going to have to manage their equipment as the night wears on.
Broadwell losing a couple of those spots, being stuck way up on that outside. Looks like he might have a little bit of right front damage as well as that left front damage, pardon me. That left front appears to be sticking out of the wheel well a little bit more than all the other cars around him.
Now you just got to be patient. You can't compound mistakes here. So the first opportunity you have to get that car down to the inside line, you need to take it. Possibly has a chance to right here as he bounces off the wall there coming out of 2.
It's the championship leader, Matt Mingo, in the 012 Passing him by the 72 of Colton Anderson coming up. Last week's winner, Jack McKee, has lost a couple of spots trying to keep up in front of the 71 of Bruno Latour.
Yeah, we had a great performance out of the 028, making his way around. Last time we were able to cover Jack McKee, just pure domination. I don't think that's going to quite be the case here at Martinsville. Got a lot of work in front of him.
But 49 of the 60 laps at Langley Speedway last week, as he's starting to try to hunt down Caleb Willett. That X machine, the 010, officially on the timing and scoring pylon. But everything's starting to get spread out a little bit. No one really within 2/10 of each other, except for this battle that you're seeing right now between Willett and McKee, and also Barrett Flo trying to hold back Adam Lowe. Just ahead, there they are.
Yeah, this is a battle for around the third and fourth position here. A lot to lose here in terms of competitiveness. Remember that 07 machine back there of Justin Lewis sitting in fourth right now is fastest on the speed charts. Everybody made a big deal about how quick he was in practice. So far, so good. They're keeping him stymied back here in traffic.
Isaac Love has fallen back a spot to Justin Lewis. So Love back in that fifth position. Michael Rinker has kind of found himself in an island all on his own in that AC Delco number 9, running in the sixth position currently, about a second behind Isaac Love and that group in front of him. Also finds himself about a second and a quarter ahead of Caleb Willett in that group behind and pulling away.
I'm quite envious there of Rinker. He's found himself a piece of paradise here at Martinsville. It's very rare that you get some room to breathe at this racetrack, and Rinker has found the sweet spot all by his lonesome.
The other driver that does have that bit of sweet spot as well is Colton Anderson, currently running in the 15th position. He's about 7/10 behind that group in front of him and ahead of Jason Crumley. There he is in the number 80 by about a second and a quarter. So he's got himself a nice little group as well, or a nice little free spot as well.
Yeah, there's a little bit more urgency at this one, though. If you're Anderson, right, you're sitting back there in 15th. You're towards the end of the field here with the lap times that some of these drivers are putting down. If this thing does stay green, you could be in jeopardy of losing a lap, depending on how far we go without a yellow. So definitely need to make some hay back there as we look to have a battle here for third.
Barrett Flo looking to put a move on Austin Call. Not there yet. One move that is there is Justin Lewis trying to get to that inside of Adam Lowe. He was there but couldn't keep it. Now Barrett Flo looking to the outside of Austin Call for the race lead, trying to go the long way around.
What a power move this would be by Barrett Flo, trying to look to the outside of a race leader. Has Barrett found something that nobody else has? It might just cost him second here.
Yep, and that's unfortunate. That's the unfortunate thing about trying to take that outside line move, is you open yourself up to exactly that. Adam Lowe slips into that second position, at least for the moment, has the preferred line going through 1 and 2. He's going to put Flo behind, and now Flo, trying to make something happen up front, is in danger of losing 2 spots instead of gaining 1.
Yeah, just try to experiment. And I thought he had Austin Call for just the slightest of moments up front, but ultimately everything that we thought would happen just happened, and Flo will find himself now in 5th.
Way up in those marbles there. Losing out to Isaac Love as well. Michael Rinker not that far behind. Caleb Willett still managing to stay in front of Jack McKee, as we're already a third of the way through this race. Austin Call's prediction of Caution Fest, Caution Fest, Caution Fest here at Martinsville not coming to fruition.
Well,
now that I say
maybe to his chagrin, right? Because Justin Lewis is coming, and they're in that third position, and we're approaching lap traffic, which certainly is going to play a factor here tonight at the last leg of the Virginia Triple Crown. Here's Austin Call leading Adam Lowe and Justin Lewis barreling down into turn 3.
As they said, Austin Call would be the champion of the Virginia Triple Crown. As it sits, there is another one of their competitors. That's Josh Tarrant Hill. Said he was not going to be a threat here in this race during pre-race. And it is unfortunately proving so. He's 8 seconds off of Jack Sanders in the 18th position, just trying to hang on. And also, much to his chagrin, those cautions aren't coming out either.
Yeah, these drivers right now, nose to tail, your top 5, pounding down on the boss, Josh Tarrant Hill. You got to be wondering what Josh is thinking. He's begging, please, please, I need that green to turn yellow, because that's the only way he's going to be able to catch a break right now.
Jennifer Carnevale in the chat. I hope that's how you pronounce your last name. A fan of Ali Marston. There is that number 35 hanging out just behind Todd Merkel and Bruno Latour. As Merkel makes the spot, Marston able to take position away from Latour. So Latour loses a couple of spots in one lap on a big move by Todd Merkel, as the caution is now going to come out. It looks like it's going to be at the front. It is.
Oh,
that's
no.
The 58 of Adam Lowe. Austin Call went around as well. There's Call.
Wow, there was so much action going on in the mid-pack. We left the leaders because they behaved so well, and the moment we stopped looking, chaos breaks out.
Not anymore. Is Adam Lowe's car broken? Try to take a look and see what happened here between the two. It's off of turn 4. Tries to fake to the outside, goes to the inside. Call put the block on, and they both went around.
Wow.
Watch here. Lowe tries to dummy him on the outside. Tries to sell him a dummy. Goes to the bottom. Call makes the block, and both around. That's a lot of damage for the 07 of Justin Lewis as well.
So a couple heavy hitters.
It's on board with Justin Lewis. Just nowhere to go. First caution of the night comes nearly at the halfway point. As again, caution laps will not count here in this series. So we will get 60 green flag laps.
It looks like Isaac Love also has very similar damage as the 07. With his right front, looks like that's crinkled in.
He ran into Lewis as Lewis was trying to avoid the incident in front of him. Leaves Barrett Flo nice and clean, though, in third. Michael Rinker up into fourth. Chad Jones has worked his way up into the 5th position with a couple of cars coming down pit road. Naturally, Adam Lowe and Austin Call coming down pit road. Jack McKee, Todd Merkel, Jason Crumley, Jack Sanders, Caleb Willett, and Matt Mingo all coming down pit road.
And the big winner there, Josh Tarrant Hill. He went from just about being lapped to being ahead of all those guys who just pitted.
He's in the top 10. So that's how he's gotten to where he is in the championship to begin with. So may as well keep it up.
Yeah, and he's not keeping that a secret, right? He's very blunt about how he got here, and looks like maybe fortune will favor him tonight. But let me tell you, that 07 now, it's got some clean track ahead of him. I think we're about to see Justin Lewis really pull away here.
He's got clean track ahead of him, but he does not have a pristine car. He does have a lot of damage on that right front, as does the 62 of Isaac Love to his outside. And right now, a race for the championship for that 07, who currently holds that championship lead by virtue of being in the race lead. Coming out of turn 4, green flag back in the air. We're racing once again here at Martinsville.
And the 07 gets an incredible jump there. Rinker sideways. Are they able to sort it out? Yes, they are. And Bruno Latour just gets a tap for their trouble. Josh Jarrett Hill trying to hold everybody else behind him. Folks are stacking up here at Martinsville.
Yeah, Tarrant Hill's getting swamped right now. Knows that he's not really competing with these guys as far as pace, as he's shown, but now he's hanging it up there. I'll give him credit for that. He's hanging it up there now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, this opportunity has been gifted to you, right? So you really have to make the most of it, play defensive if you can. Hope the drivers behind you start battling so you can pull away.
Austin Call trying to work his way up. He is in 11th. Matt Mingo again came into pit road during this caution. He was the championship leader coming into this race, currently running in the 15th spot behind Adam Lowe. Big wiggle from Jason Crumley behind him.
There's a lot of action happening here towards the back of the field. Drivers wiggling, getting all kinds of out of shape. A lot more bumping happening back here than up front.
Josh Tarrant Hill looking to the inside of the 23 of Josh Flynn. Move Tarrant Hill up into 9th. Austin Call to 10th. Jack McKee trying to follow through, and I believe Todd Merkel will attempt to do the same. He will.
This is a battle back here. Looks like for the 13th, 14th position. So, yeah, you gotta slam the door though. That's what you do here in Martinsville. You have to take that, because if you don't, the next 4 drivers behind you will pass you.
As we have seen already here tonight, Josh Tarrant Hill holding Austin Call back. Nobody right now holding Justin Lewis back except for that right front damage. He has not been able to get away from Isaac Love. As Love, who qualified second fastest, now finding himself in second. Justin Lewis, who qualified fastest, finding himself up at the front now. Barrett Flo holding on to that final step of the podium. Ollie Marston up into 4th in that number 35.
I think the fan shout-outs have propelled that 35 all the way up here. And great run right there from Ollie, making use of that caution to jump the restart and get a lot of positions there. Hanging up here with the front group. They're not pulling away.
Absolutely, as I'm seeing an incident here with the 00 of Joshua Broadwell. There he is. That 00 stopped off the racetrack. Part of the reason why the caution has not come out yet. Now he's able to sneak it free, get it off of that curbing, and no caution will come out for that. Take a look here in just a moment and see what happened to Broadwell, but that was probably pretty big that caution didn't come out there. Here's what happened to Broadwell. Comes into turn 1.
Yep. Just locks it up.
Trying to keep out of the back of the 80. And I guess iRacing deeming that's far enough off the racing line to not call a caution, I guess.
A couple inches, I guess. So we know it's exactly 1 late model stock length from the wall to the racing surface. Add maybe a couple inches, and that's why there was no caution there.
You take them where you get them. We are coming down to 20 laps to go here, as Jack McKee trying to put Austin Call under a ton of pressure, doing so successfully. Call, however, not bending, does slide up a little bit though, and McKee is going to get that inside line going into turn 1, looking for the 9th spot.
Yeah, this battle back here, of course, involves a lot of drivers who were up front earlier in this race, now finding themselves stuck back in traffic.
Jack McKee, by far and away, has led the most laps here in this Triple Crown. Again, led 49 at Langley last week. 2 weeks ago, he led 31 laps at South Boston.
Adam Lowe about lifted Josh Cherry Hill off the racetrack.
Oh, there he goes. Now he does.
Right there.
Oh, and there
Oh,
they
and
go
there's
around
more.
back. There they go back around
Yep.
behind him. Caution is out.
Let me tell you, Frank, this caution started not in 3 and 4, but 1 and 2. Adam Lowe was all over the back bumper of Josh Terrett Hill the last lap before. And the 8 car just was not going to move out of Adam's way, causing this incident. Look at this.
This is I've given you enough patience. I've had about all I can stand, so I can't stand no more. As try to see as there's the pass up in front. That's what we were watching. Here they go into turn 1.
And you can see Lowe Lowe's getting a run here off the corner. Now watch this block.
1 bump.
That's what I first saw.
2 bump.
Shove.
And yeah, we'll just. I get you're going for a championship, but you
have to think, right? For those drivers, the 18, the 58, the 028, those drivers were getting ready to lap that number 8 Bass Pro Shops Josh Terrett Hill earlier on in this race. Now he's holding you up, trying to make your way back up through the field. That's got to be so frustrating. And they were that green flag stint cost them a ton of time on the leaders. So tempers flaring here in Martinsville. I'm sure that's not something we anticipated, though.
No, absolutely not. As Adam Lowe coming down pit road now. Josh Flynn. There he goes. Just saw him on the timing and scoring. There he is in the number 23, and Caleb Willett in that 010. Also involved in that. The 012 of Matt Mingo also catching a piece of that. There's the right front damage on the 012 of Mingo. As Justin Lewis will get a reprieve here for a couple of laps, but now he'll have to defend on a restart.
Yeah, you have to wonder how aggressive some of these drivers are going to be on this restart. The front 4 or 5 kind of ran away with this thing and were able to sort of run and hide. You don't want to give Lewis a bunch of opportunities to do that. So you also have to wonder how much damage is affecting those front 2 because they stayed in front for that whole run.
There were 60 laps at South Boston and at Langley. So this entire series is 180 laps worth of racing. At South Boston and at Langley, there were 10 cautions each. Here, so far, 2/3 of the way through the race, 2.
Frank, I knew that. And the viewers, I'm sure, know that.
Of course.
Because we lived it. And here you are coming in and reminding us about how great fortune we are having. We know. You don't have to let us know that. We already know that this is far beyond superior racing than what we have seen in the last couple outings of the Virginia Triple Crown. But yeah,
they have 22 chances. They have 22 more chances.
Frank,
to add to that total.
All right, everybody out there in YouTube land,
there it is.
You know what's about to happen, and just remember, get your broadcasters right.
If it was gonna happen, it's gonna happen anyway. It doesn't matter if you say it or not. As we get set to go racing here once again, Justin Lewis and Isaac Love on that front row. Ollie Marston looking to get a jump on that outside line of the second row. Green flag back in the air. Not a great start from Isaac Love. Not a great one for Barrett Flo either, as he gets pushed away by the 72 of Colton Anderson, and then Anderson gets it right back.
Wow, what a chippy restart we have here at Martinsville. Now they are 3 wide, and there they go.
somehow they kept it straight, and somehow Brandon Latour is going to be the big winner out of that.
Unbelievable. I don't know how everybody kept it straight. They were ready to fulfill your quota there, Frank, but they listened to reason, and everybody kept it straight.
Austin Call right now with Matt Mingo behind him. There's the 75 of Chad Jones. He's trying to get under him. Jones running in the 9th spot, or was at least for the moment.
Oh, Josh Hill gets turned again.
Yes, he does.
He gets turned by the 10.
It's Caleb Willett.
Conflict. Battle for about 13th here.
Caution out again. So we'll see what happened. There's that X machine, that 010 of Willett.
Oh, it's a chain reaction happening with your championship leader.
Those two running side by side in front of him. Willett had to check up. Hill then checked up, had nowhere to go for Willett. Flynn and Hill coming down pit road now. Those are the only two that are coming down pit road this time by. Only 6 drivers, I believe, have not come down pit road in this race thus far. The entirety of the top 5, Justin Lewis, Isaac Love, Ollie Marston, Barrett Flo, and Bruno Latour. Colton Anderson as well, and Chad Jones, so that would be 7. I started to give that stat as the timing and scoring was changing, and now Chad Jones makes a liar out of me. The original 6 was correct.
Aha! Yeah. So these I just can't. These drivers are going down pit road right now, trying to have some service done. There's repairs that can be done. These drivers are given one fast repair for their trouble. Something of note, Frank, is that there is a DQ limit for an incident count here for tonight's event. It's 29x, so gotta figure some of these drivers who've taken some beatings, they're looking at their numbers right now.
And I believe that was the reason why Jack McKee did not finish back at South Boston, even though he had led the most laps, correct?
Yep, that is right.
Led 31 laps of the 60 and hit the incident limit. Otherwise, he would have won both.
Yeah, something to take note of if your favorite. Wow, a couple drivers there maybe racking up some incidents under yellow as that whole bottom line there just seemed to stop. But looks like we're gonna get going. Not this lap, but perhaps the next.
Probably should have done this earlier, but this race has gone by at such a fast pace. We've missed a couple. If you see your favorite driver's name there with the R next to their name, we do try to edit that out. However, that R was placed there by the series. That just means that they are new to SCL competition. That's all that means. So drivers that don't have that _R next to their name have been here for at least a season. Drivers that have that _R next to their name, such as Ollie Marston or Bruno Latour, have not been here for a season.
Pace car is off. 2x2 they roll. It's the same duo we've seen the last few restarts with Lewis and Love going to lead a hungry field behind them. Pay attention to Ollie Marston squeaking that 35 all the way up to 3rd place as we are back underway here at Martinsville.
Better start for the outside line this time by as Justin Lewis gets out in front. Barrett Flo side by side with Ollie Marston, and Flo trying to win the position on the brakes is not going to be able to do it, but he will win it with traction out of the corner, move Barrett Flo back up to P3.
That's a big move there by Flo, and you have to make that on the restart. So good move by Flo, able to get up to 3rd, and don't look now, but these few drivers here, the 012, the 18, the 028, they can't get away from each other right now.
And right now the 012 needs to get a move on. Matt Mingo 16 laps left to go in this championship. A lot of bunching up down there at the bottom as the 72 and the 71. Look at Todd Merkel try to make it 3 wide. Just does miss collecting the 72 of Colton Anderson. Staying green, but very close in Chippy Racing right now.
A lot of fast drivers behind this group saying we need to go right now. And meanwhile, there's positions to be had in front of them. Great racing between these drivers here in the mid-pack.
Again for Mingo and Call, it means a championship as Mingo gets turned around by Willett in the 010. Willett then gets pushed around by Josh Tarrant Hill, and the caution comes out.
Heavy damage to the 012. See the 10 backwards on the racetrack. Championship implications here at Martinsville involving a few drivers that we've been capturing extensively here in the mid-pack. Looks like aggression got to them.
Now, I don't know if there was an event preceding that or if, again, it was just guys checking up. We'll take a look here. So there's the 012. Oh, no, the 012 just tried to
block there
throw
late.
The block on, yeah. He didn't get
Adam
a good
Lowe.
run out of 4.
Yeah. So Adam Lowe gets a piece of that for his trouble. Josh Tarrant Hill finding himself in the middle of that as well. Yeah, just a late block.
I don't know. If you look at that view, we'll show this view again here. Watch that 02, the 012, and compare him to the lines. It doesn't look like he moved. It looks like that 10 just got a better run off the corner and racing incident happened.
Yeah.
So there's Willett getting his fast repair in. So it'll be 13 laps to go. This is caution number 4, by the way.
We know. We know, Frank. We all know.
Gee,
so,
as if cautions at the end of a short track race were something unique.
Well,
Come on.
but we were doing so well, and there's a lot on the line, right? We captured at the beginning of the show the enormity of this race. There's a ton of bragging rights to be had here with the Virginia Triple Crown. There's a multitude of drivers who are competing not just for the overall championship, but this mini championship within that run, and at a racetrack that already harbors a lot of tempers and bumpers flying everywhere. You're going to expect that, and so this isn't something abnormal for tonight's event. Definitely something that we saw coming.
Going to be getting back to the regular championship, the overall championship next week as we run the, I guess you can call it the Carolinas Triple Crown coming up next. Concord, Hickory, and Myrtle Beach. The next 3 rounds of the season. Green flag in the air, and boy, Love did not get a good start on that outside line. Neither did Flo on the bottom either. A half a second lead for Justin Lewis coming onto the straight.
Love very fortunate to keep second place there as Flo was not able to capitalize in 1 and 2. He's fighting for third here on the opposite end of the racetrack. And yes, there is caution, but there's wreck after the wreck involving, I believe, Bruno Latour.
Yes, it was Bruno Latour. He is not the reason for the caution. The cause for the caution is the 80 of Jason Crumley. Here's what happened with Crumley. He's coming through 1 and 2.
Oh. There was also...
70.
Yeah, there was this incident, but there was also another incident behind these drivers that I think involved Austin Call, perhaps, in the 18.
See here, this is Caleb Willett and Austin Call here. Yep, this is right at the very back at the restart. Paul jacks up to 5.
Wow.
This was not the cause for the caution either. The cause for the caution was the Crumley incident in the 80.
3 incidences. One before the yellow, and then the one after the yellow.
And then here's the third. This is Latour to the inside of Todd Merkel. Ooh, Merkel gets into Marston after the caution came out.
Yeah, that's just...
And set that off.
Yeah, that's just the nature of caution flag flies. Some drivers are still driving to get back to the pace car, and others are slowing down. That's your first instinct, to slow down before the, as a pack in preparation for the caution. So, unfortunately, not a lot of space there, and folks get run over.
Only one retirement in this race thus far. That is Michael Rinker, who was done after 38 laps, pardon me. Humans and Peters did not start this race. They did get into the session, but they did not start it. Everyone, as you would expect, on the lead lap.
Well, I want to bring your attention to a couple drivers in that inside lane. That 028 machine of Jack McKee has found his way back up front. There's Adam Lowe to his outside, and look at the driver behind them. That 8 of Josh Jarrett-Hill just squeaked his way past that last wreck, finds himself inside the top 10.
This is how he's done it, which, I mean, again, fair play to him. I've finished well and have won many road course races on this sim by the virtue of just staying on the track. And around a short track like this, staying out of wrecks and getting through them is, I would say, the equivalent to just staying on the track in a road race.
Yes, and 2 by 2 they will come, trying to navigate this circuit here at Martinsville. We're going to get the green with 13 to go. Again, 60 laps green, whether we like it or not, must happen at Martinsville for the conclusion of this event. And Justin Lewis leads them off and away again.
Ollie Marston able to get into that third position, only for the moment, though, as Todd Merkel putting up a great fight behind Jack McKee. They're pushing and shoving behind as well.
I thought Todd Merkel was going to get a 2-for-1 on the outside. He drove that thing so hard into 3 and 4, but now he's paying the price on the opposite end of the racetrack.
He's getting shoved by Jack McKee as McKee tries to shove the nose in there and does successfully. Josh Jarrett-Hill pushing away at the 58 of Adam Lowe. 10 laps to go as we hit the line.
Remember there's so much action going on. Remember the 58 and 8, they got into each other earlier in this event. Now they're side by side again.
Yes, they are. Ooh, somebody in the wall in the back. I believe that was Barrett Flo, who's found himself all of a sudden down in 17th. He came down pit road under the last caution.
Oh,
somebody around
it.
That's Hill again.
It's Josh Jarrett-Hill, and here is a massive wreck at Martinsville.
Todd Merkel around. There's Josh Flynn around. Oh, boy.
And we'll see what happens.
Here it is. Ooh, a wiggle from Marston. That wiggle from Marston caused Lowe to come down the track, and Hill was just there. As what happens sometimes.
And now we're going to rock them up all over again.
And that we are.
I am very confused, though, Frank.
Uh-oh.
Because, I mean, I've done races with you where we've seen cars that were last get the lead. We've seen cars involved in wrecks wind up with the lead coming out of a yellow. And now I'm looking at the running order, and I'm seeing Todd Merkel sitting there in third. He was around and backwards at that caution. Adam Lowe, who, he was part of the origin story of that caution. He's now in fourth. And Austin Call, who not 2 wrecks ago, we saw him in last wrecking, is fifth on the charts. So certainly a lot of odd stories to be had. Oh, by the way, Frank, 2 positions behind Austin Call. Yeah, that guy you just said was battling for last is Barrett Flo. Barrett Flo there in 8th place. So there's certainly a lot of shifting of positions happening during this exchange of pit stops under yellow.
I do a lot of racings on a lot of different sims, and I still have yet to figure out the masterful art that everyone in this league has figured out as we're single file ready to go green. Green flag is in the air. Single file restart in an attempt to calm everybody down. The 72 of Colton Anderson apparently did not get that memo as he stuck it right to the outside of Matt Mingo.
That doesn't matter much for these drivers in the back, right? They're going to try to take everything they can right now. They're all chasing Justin Lewis. Your closest battle on track is a battle for 5th. Adam Lowe and Austin Call going at it.
That art that all of these guys have mastered, by the way, is how to wreck and end up better off after the wreck than where you were before it. As Call looks to the inside of Lowe, Lowe really threw it in there, was able to get clear of Austin Call, as Willett now looks to the inside of Merkel, tried to sell him a dummy on the inside, trying to get him to dive too hard on the outside, as this battle for the lead here is going to get really good with 6 to go when they hit the line.
Jack McKee barreling down here on Justin Lewis with just inside 10 to go. This is going to shape up to be a classic here at Martinsville if indeed it does stay green.
Now, if Matt Mingo stays where he is, the guy who finishes ahead of the other, be it Justin Lewis or Austin Call, will win the championship as Matt Mingo is coming down pit road.
Oh, no.
Caution is out.
It's Bruno Latour.
Yep, that's the 71 of Latour, the 80 of Crumley. I wonder if for Mingo that's a drive-through penalty.
It is.
For incident limit.
I believe so. 21X will make you have your drive-through penalty. So that just shows how close he is to that 29X.
I think the question now is we'll go and take a look at what happened with Bruno Latour and Jason Crumley. He was already in pit road.
Yep.
Ooh, it wasn't with Crumley. It was with the 35
Martin.
of Marston.
I think that
he was already down pit road, so does it count that he took the penalty?
I think so. I think if you make pit road entry when it's green, as long as you serve it, you don't speed or whatever, you're fine. I'm fairly certain it's on entry, not on exit.
I don't think it's going to matter, though, because he is a lap down at the moment. He is Matt Mingo, or showing him a lap down. As Justin Lewis and Jack McKee are getting set for one heck of a showdown right now.
Remember, single file restarts, so this is going to...
Well, I don't know. They made it a couple laps. So they might go double file. That's a rule that we have seen implemented in a lot of leagues that we cover here on Sim Racing Media, that if you have a caution within the first couple of laps of a restart, multiple restarts, they'll go single file until they prove they can do it. and then they go back to double file. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case here, especially with a championship to be decided in 4 laps.
Well, that was odd, wasn't it?
Yep, they all went to the bottom, yep.
Yeah, that was weird. Like, all at the same time. Like, were they
Almost if it was
voting on
AI.
something? Yeah, it was so weird.
Here comes the 012 of Mingo, so he will get the lap back, so he will be on the same lap as the leaders. Josh Flynn in the 23 is down pit road. He is not officially out of this race yet, but he has been on pit road for the better part of about 3 minutes now, which around here is quite a lot.
But, you know, since green flag laps are the only ones that count, it's not necessarily a huge detriment. It's, of course, going to take you out of the running, but all things considered.
And Zach, you were right. It is going to be a single file restart.
I'll write that down in my diary. Frank told me I was right.
If you were Tony, you would definitely need to write that down, as Justin Lewis comes out of turn number 4, getting set to go 4 more laps here from Martinsville. Green flag back in the air.
A little gamesmanship happening there. Lewis waited a long time to go on that restart, bunched a lot of the mid-packers up, but certainly gets a good jump there.
Austin Call looking to get under the 58 of Adam Lowe. 3 wide as Barrett Flo makes the move, but around the outside as well. Flo gets both positions.
Wow. Wow. Just amazing craftsmanship from some of these drivers in the back, making moves, trying to gain as many positions as they can, fighting for a championship right now.
Barrett Flo up to P5 with that move. Here comes Chad Jones looking to the bottom of Adam Lowe. 2 laps to go. Contact between the two. The 75 keeps it in the fence, keeps it straight, as now it's a lap and a half battle between Lewis and McKee.
Barreling down the backstretch, flinging it into turn 3, and he's going to do it a lap early. He won't get to Justin Lewis. He'll have one more shot, Jack McKee, to try to get the win.
White flag is out going into turn 1. McKee not only trying to win the race, but that could have cost Justin Lewis a chance at the championship. Here comes McKee. He's got one more chance. McKee looks to the bottom. He's not going to be close enough. Justin Lewis will win. Race number 9. He gets spun. Justin Lewis gets spun. Around, it's going to be Austin Call who's going to get through. He's going to win the championship.
I believe Justin Lewis ran out of gas coming out of turn 4. This is not the first time we have seen this in the Virginia Triple Crown. We've seen drivers before gamble on gas. Just checking timing and scoring right now. Yes, Justin Lewis did not pit during this event. It very well could have been Lewis running out of gas coming out of turn 4.
Jack McKee wins the race, and through all of the commotion, through all of that mayhem, Austin Call got through past Justin Lewis, finishes 4th, and will win the Virginia Triple Crown.
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, now we got to jump on board now, don't we? Let's see. Let's see what happened with Justin Lewis. Listen. Oh, it certainly sputtered.
That's all it needed. I mean, that is... They were so close at that end of the racetrack.
Onboard Austin Call. Watch him get through this. Todd Merkel goes around. Boy, the Red Seas parted for him.
Oh, I can't believe it.
And that is how Austin Call wins the Virginia Triple Crown. Incredible. And we will start with the champion, Austin Call. Start with him now. Austin,
I don't
what,
think
what a way to come through with it.
I'm just sorry. I'm gonna stop you there for a second. I got DQ'd.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
It's stupid, but I got too many incidents. Even though it was across the line, I have too many incidents, and they're DQing me. So I just like to say, this is a great race. I mean, I don't know what to say, but
Yeah, I don't know what to say
Oh,
for
no.
you either. To get through there, and boy, Austin, all we could say is sorry, man. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, I was literally getting out of the way of people to make sure I didn't go over, and then they just make a roadblock, and I'm not able to do anything. So I think Matt Mingo is the champion, which again I don't agree with. I mean, he's a great driver, but I mean this race was just pardon my French, but this race was a shit show.
All right, Austin, we apologize for the language, and I know you did as well, but
Yep.
we'll let you go on that. And again, we're sorry, bud.
Yeah. All right.
So, boy, oh boy, what do
Wow.
you know about that? So it will be Matt Mingo who will come away with the championship after finishing in the 10th spot. You're not getting disqualified, am I right? Matt, are you there?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes. You're not getting disqualified, right?
Nope, but I did not get the championship. I'm in second.
Oh, I'm so confused.
I'm in second.
Who got the championship then? We're trying to figure that out.
Teammate Caleb Willett got it by 2 points.
What?
He was okay.
He finished second. I finished 10th, and then I think there was a 5-point gap going into it.
I gotta look now. So here's
Yeah, it updated the scoring in the
Okay.
league.
Yep, so we'll do that now, Matt. This is the second time we've now done this. Apologize. And good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't even want to say excuse this, but we'll say that, Zach, you and I are not used to leagues being immediately updating their point standings.
Oh, no.
So we're going
no.
off of guesstimations always.
Yes.
Whenever
Yes.
we crown a champion, whenever we say that there is a champion, we are going off of pure guess. And to be fair, we were so focused on the 4 drivers that we had interviewed beginning this race that we did completely forget. And again, this is an apology. We should have done better with this. There were other drivers that very easily did have a chance at winning this championship. Willett came in 5 points behind. Broadwell and Flo came in 9 points behind. Adam Lowe came in 10 points behind. So there were other guys that were in with the fight to win the championship. And again, not excusing that. We should have done a lot better a job. And as I am seeing it now, Caleb Willett is by 2 points, as Matt Mingo said, is by 2 points the champion. So after finishing second, Caleb, this is our third time lucky on this. Congratulations, you are the champion.
Thank you. It's been a long time coming here.
Well, even in the just 5 minutes, it's been a
Yeah.
long time coming for us up in the booth, buddy. So it's talk to the viewers out there about your night tonight.
It wasn't that great, honestly, to start with. Didn't start where I really wanted to. Every race this year in this league, I've started within the top 5, and was hoping for that again. Just barely inside the top 10, so wasn't too promising to start with. But then I pitted early for some fuel because I knew fuel was going to be an issue, and then I figured I'd just ride around a little bit, and then I kept getting run into under yellows and stuff like that, and had some damage, had to pit again, and just kept going to the rear, and found myself working my way back up to the front in the last 15 laps or so, so that's where we landed it.
Frank?
So yeah, again, I apologize. I'm trying to make sure we have everything 100% correct. Going into the Virginia Triple Crown now done for you, done for everyone. Now we go into, I guess, like I said, I guess we can call it the Carolina Triple Crown. Going to Concord Motor Speedway next week. What are your thoughts going into that very, very tricky triangle at Concord?
Well, I'm leading the points in that right now, the actual league, not just the Triple Crown. But I'm just gonna try to maintain. I'm just gonna try to ride, save tires. That's the biggest thing in this car is saving tires and watching your fuel. A lot of these races are projected to go 60 laps, and that's what you have for fuel. So if we get some cautions, you're going to be right on the edge there. So I think that's what happened to the 07 tonight. Is he run out of fuel coming to the checkers? So
anyone you want to thank before we let you go to celebrate this championship as you work your way towards the overall championship?
yeah, I got to thank Audette Race Chassis and Recycling, Kelly's Dog Grooming. I got to thank Jack McKee and Matt Mingo. They're my teammates in this league here. We do put in a lot of time trying to get to these things to the front, so it's nice to finish up there for once.
Absolutely, I'm definitely sure it is quite a thrill, especially with the way that this championship was won. Caleb, congratulations. Best of luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a great night.
You as well. As we will now go to our race winner. Zach is down in the Under Pressure Power Washing Services victory lane with Jack McKee.
Jack, it's Zach and Frank up in the booth.
Hello.
Hey, good to hear from you. Well, you certainly made it a show there for the last few laps of this one. You made your move, not on the last lap, but the lap before, and it didn't quite stick. Did you think you had a chance to get back to Justin Lewis there?
Yeah, I've been saving my tires the whole entire race, and then 07 has been in front of the pack the whole entire race. So I think I had a little bit better of a tire set.
And then ultimately coming off of 4, at least for us up here in the booth, it looked like Lewis was sputtering or ran out of gas. What did you see from second place?
Yeah, it just looked like he ran out of fuel. I tried going high, but then there wasn't much room I could go to.
Certainly a crazy night here at Martinsville, but you seemed pretty comfortable. Your night was not without some adversity. You had to go from the back to the front, but what about Martinsville suits your driving style?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like the track. Never will, but it is a pretty fun track if you get a hang of it.
Well, moving away from this and looking forward into the season, we're going to Concord here in short order. Are you very familiar with that track moving forward? And what are your expectations as the season continues to roll along?
That track, Concord, is a really hard track to to learn how to drive and actually be clean there. Moving on through the season, I think I'm just gonna run my races, try to come in first, top 3, wherever I can.
All right. Well, Jack, do you have any thank you sponsors or shout outs you want to give for tonight's effort here at Martinsville?
Not really.
All right. Well,
My YouTube channel.
Oh,
or
there
the
you
YouTube
go.
channel.
There you go. Well, there
McKee
you go.
Motorsports on YouTube.
Well,
Got my
hey,
first win
yeah.
in real life.
Well, there you go. Hey, you don't sell yourself short. You have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. I got really lucky in the race in real life. Some of the people just kind of wrecked, but I was pretty fast in there.
All right. Well, Jack, you got a winner. You got a winner there, and you got a win here at Martinsville tonight. Go and enjoy it.
Thank you.
So that was Zach Woods with Jack McKee in the Under Pressure Power Washing Services victory lane. Now, our third place finisher in the race, third place finisher as well in the championship, Barrett Flo. Barrett, you were way back there in the last couple of laps. How did you manage to work your way up through the field in such a short amount of time?
Well, everybody was driving like a bunch of idiots, so that's why. I was just playing ping pong, and whoever played it the best got up through there.
We said it during the race, I will never understand your guys' ability to crash and then end up out of the crash better off than you were before it. But a very solid run for you, up in the top 5 the entirety of the race. You tried to make that move on the outside of Justin Lewis and then ended up falling all the way back to 5th, or on Austin Call, pardon me, and then ended up falling all the way back to 5th. Were you able to get that move done on the outside, or was that you just trying to make something happen?
Well, he was blocking, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. He was blocking. I felt like we were better. And so the only way to get around him was either spin him, don't want to do that, or try to pass him on the outside. And, then it just kind of allowed for a few cars to get on the inside and kind of freight train me a little bit. So it didn't work out, but there were times during the race you could make the outside work.
Now, continuing the championship out of the Virginia Triple Crown, now you head to Concord Speedway. What are your thoughts going into Concord? How do you think you can perform there?
Concord would probably be my home track, so I think we can probably do pretty good if we can just dodge the mayhem.
Well, and judging by tonight, you got away pretty scot-free, at least at the beginning of the race, the first 2/3 of the race. Very, very clean, very, very good racing. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go and celebrate?
Yeah, just want to thank Adam and Josh and Mike Peters and all the hard work that goes into putting this league on. I know I don't want any responsibility of it. So I know it takes a lot of their time, and really appreciate what they do.
All right, Barrett Flo again, third in the race, third in the Virginia Triple Crown Championship. Congratulations, bud.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
And with that, Zach, and by the way, thank you to Jonathan Casebeer confirming in the chat there that Caleb Ouellette did win the championship. A fantastic race, a lot of fun, a very, very quick night. I'm about ready to go and do another one. As a matter of fact, I might have to.
Oh, I don't envy you, but this certainly was a great event, right? We got to see a little bit of everything. Got to see heartbreak there at the end when it comes to a winner being crowned and then suddenly not, and then a huge crash at the end with somebody running out of fuel and people squeaking on by. And first half of the race was pretty much a green flag. We saw everything one would want to see at a race here at Martinsville.
Yeah, absolutely. It was that was a lot of heartbreak there in the last couple of minutes, with Justin Lewis being less than a quarter of a mile away from a championship, then running out of gas. Austin Call getting disqualified after an incident limits after the race. There was a lot there. to unpack, and we did our best with it. We got it wrong a couple of times, but we did our best with it towards the end of that race. And now really nothing else left to do other than take a look at the overall finishing results. Jack McKee takes the win here in this race, won 2 out of the 3 races here in the Virginia Triple Crown, however, does not win the championship. Caleb Willett does win the championship, coming home in second. Barrett Flo, third. Colton Anderson coming home in P4. Isaac Love, P5. Todd Merkel, Adam Lowe, Bruno Latour, Matt Mingo, and Chad Jones, your top 10. Jason Crumley, Jack Sanders, Justin Lewis, Austin Call after being disqualified, as we had mentioned before, and Joshua Broadwell rounding out the top 15. Josh Tarrant-Hill, Ollie Marston, Josh Flynn, and Michael Rinker was the only DNF here in this race, coming home in P19. So with that, that will do it for us here tonight at Martinsville Speedway. For my broadcast partner, Zach Woods, I am Frank Marchese. Thank you very much for making us a part of your evening. We will see you all next week from Concord Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. Good night, everybody.